Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we are your #1 source for all things TLC and reality TV. And today, we have the most explosive, detailed, and heartwarming update we have ever delivered. We've pieced together this story from exclusive sources, social media deep dives, and the family's own hints to bring you the complete narrative of Emma Johnston's incredible year. Emma Johnston room date with her secret boyfriend Logan. Finally, Emma Johnston pregnant with her boyfriend Logan's DNA. And Emma Johnston expect new baby. Today, Emma Johnston's engagement with her boyfriend Zach. Finally, Emma Johnston and Logan's wedding is set to be officially celebrated on December 10, 2025. Emma Johnston's mother Amber Johnston have gifted a $1 million new house to Emma Johnston and his future husband. Season 16 confirmed. So let's not waste another second. This is a long one, so get comfortable. We're starting from the beginning. To truly understand the magnitude of this story, we have to remember the Emma we all thought we knew. Emma Ray Johnston, the fifth and final child adopted by Trent and Amber Johnston. From her very first episode, she stole hearts with her fierce determination. Remember the little girl who wouldn't let her achondroplasia define her? Who was out there riding dirt bikes, getting her hands dirty, and always speaking her mind. She was the family's firecracker. While her older siblings navigated teenage drama, Emma was the anchor of youthful authenticity. She had her passions, her Emma's Budget Boutique, her crafts, her love for animals. She was, in many ways, the most relatable Johnston, down to earth, creative, and with a heart of gold. As she grew older, we saw her navigate high school. The challenges of friendships, the pressures of social media, and the universal desire to find her place in the world. Fans watched, wondering what was next for Emma. College? A career? Would she find love? The family often joked about Emma being their last one at home. But as we all know, life has a funny way of rewriting our plans. Unbeknownst to the cameras and to us, the viewers, Emma was already beginning a new chapter. A chapter written in stolen glances, secret texts, and a connection so strong it couldn't stay hidden for long. Our story begins not on television, but in the real world. It was the spring of last year. Emma, then 19, had been immersing herself in her small business, selling her handmade crafts and curated thrift finds at local markets and online. On a particularly sunny Saturday, Emma had a booth at a farmer's market in a town a little ways from Forsyth, Georgia. She was there with a friend, managing her stall, when a young man approached. He wasn't there for the vegetables. His name was Logan. He was 21, a business student at a local college with a passion for woodworking. He was drawn to Emma's booth, intrigued by the handmade jewelry and the vibrant, positive energy of the young woman running it. According to our sources, their first interaction was straight out of a movie. Logan picked up a hand-painted keychain and said, "My sister would love this. Did you make it?" Emma, usually so confident, reportedly got a little flustered. She nodded, and they started talking. Not just a vendor-customer chat, but a real conversation. They talked about art, about creating things with your hands, about the weirdest things they'd ever found thrifting. The conversation lasted almost 20 minutes. Logan bought the keychain, but before he left, he did something bold. He said, "I have a booth here sometimes too. I make cutting boards and stuff, maybe. I'll see you around next week." Emma, surprised and thrilled, simply said, "Maybe you will." And he did. He came back the next week, and the week after. Their market meetings became a ritual. They'd talk for hours between customers. They discovered shared values, a love for family, a strong work ethic, a desire for a simple, happy life. The connection was instant and deep. But Emma had a secret, a big one. She was on a national TV show. Her life was, to some extent, public property. How would this normal, private guy react to that? She was terrified that telling him would scare him away, that he would think she was defined by her TV persona. So, in the beginning, she didn't tell him. She was just Emma, the girl with the craft booth. After a month of market flirting, Logan finally asked Emma on a proper date. The problem? How does Emma Johnston, of the 7 little Johnstons, go on a date without anyone finding out? Especially her family, who are famously close and, well, famously involved in each other's lives. Emma concocted a story. She told Amber and Trent she was going to a movie with a group of friends from her online business community. It was a half-truth. She was meeting people from that circle, but she was going with the specific intention of meeting Logan there. The date was at a casual pizza place known for its privacy. Emma arrived first, a bundle of nerves. When Logan walked in, her nerves, she said, just melted away. The date was perfect. They talked for hours. It was during this dinner that Emma knew she had to come clean. She took a deep breath and told him everything. "There's something I need to tell you," she said. "My family, we're on a TV show. It's called 7 Little Johnstons." Logan's reaction? He laughed. Not a mean laugh, but a relieved one. "Emma Johnston," he said. "I thought I recognized you. My mom loves your show. I've seen bits and pieces over her shoulder for years." He told her it didn't change a thing. He liked her for her, not for a TV show. This was a massive relief for Emma. But it created a new pact. They would keep their relationship a secret from the show and the public until they were both ready. They wanted to build something real, away from the spotlight. Their relationship became a cherished secret, covert meetings, dates in neighboring towns where they were less likely to be recognized, long phone calls late at night when everyone else in the Johnston house was asleep. For months, they lived in their own little world. Emma, the reality star, and Logan, the college woodworker, building a genuine connection far from the cameras. But keeping a secret from Amber Johnston is a nearly impossible task. Amber Johnston is many things: a mother, a teacher, a reality TV star. But above all, she is a mama bear. And a mama bear always knows when something is up with her cub. It started with the little things. Emma was happier, more distracted. She was on her phone more often, and she'd quickly hide the screen when Amber walked into the room. The excuses for going out became more frequent. Another business meeting? Amber would ask, one eyebrow raised. Trent, ever the laid-back dad, brushed it off. "She's a young woman, Amber. She's got friends, a business. It's fine." But Amber's instincts were screaming. She noticed a new lightness in Emma's step, a new sparkle in her eye that she recognized from her older daughters, Elizabeth and Anna, when they first started dating. She began a gentle, subtle investigation. She'd casually ask about the friends Emma was seeing. She'd notice if Emma wore a new piece of jewelry, a simple silver bracelet that hadn't come from her own boutique. The pieces were adding up. The breaking point came when Amber was cleaning and accidentally saw a name pop up on Emma's phone left charging on the kitchen counter, Logan, followed by a heart emoji. Amber didn't confront her immediately. She was torn. On one hand, she wanted to respect Emma's privacy. On the other, she was burning with curiosity and a mother's need to protect her daughter. She decided to bide her time, waiting for Emma to come to her. But the wait was agonizing. The secret couldn't last forever. Emma and Logan's relationship was getting more serious. They were in love. And Emma hated lying to her family. She and Logan decided it was time. She planned to tell her parents on a quiet Sunday evening after dinner. "Mom, Dad, can we talk?" Emma said, her voice slightly trembling. Trent muted the TV. Amber put her tablet down, her mom's senses on high alert. They knew this was it. Emma took a deep breath. "I haven't been entirely honest with you guys. I haven't just been going out with friends from the business group. I've been seeing someone. His name is Logan. We've been together for almost 5 months." There was a moment of stunned silence. Trent was the first to speak. 5 months? Emma Ray. Who is this guy? Is he a little person? The questions came flooding out. Emma assured them he was a kind, wonderful man. She told them the whole story, the farmer's market, the secret dates, how he knew about the show and didn't care. She explained why she kept it secret. She wanted something that was just hers, not the world's. Amber, after the initial shock, felt the wave of understanding. She saw the pure happiness on her daughter's face. The fear and protectiveness began to mix with excitement. "We want to meet him," Amber said, her tone firm but loving. "Properly, soon." The secret was out. The weight was off Emma's shoulders. The next hurdle was the biggest one: introducing Logan to the entire, boisterous, opinionated, and fiercely protective Johnston clan. The meeting was arranged for a family dinner at the Johnston house, a classic test. If Logan could survive a Johnston family dinner, he could survive anything. Emma answered the door, giving him a reassuring smile. The second he stepped inside, he was in the spotlight. Trent was there with a firm handshake and a scrutinizing look. Amber was warm but observant. And then came the siblings. Jonah gave a friendly, slightly awkward nod. Elizabeth and Anna were immediately excited, sizing him up with sisterly precision. But the real test was Luke and Alex. The younger brothers were merciless in a loving, annoying brother way. "So, Logan?" Alex asked, deadpan, halfway through the meal. "What are your intentions with our sister?" The table went quiet for a second before erupting in laughter. Logan, to his credit, handled it perfectly. He smiled, looked at Emma, and said, "To make her as happy as she makes me, for as long as she'll let me." It was the perfect answer. You could see the entire family visibly relax. He was respectful, answered all of Trent's questions about his family and his studies, helped clear the table without being asked, and won Amber over completely by complimenting her cooking. By the end of the night, it was clear. Logan was not just a boyfriend. He was being welcomed into the family. He was one of them. The secret was not only out, it was fully accepted. But life was about to throw this young couple a curveball that would accelerate their future in ways they never imagined. With the family's blessing, Emma and Logan's relationship blossomed openly. They were inseparable. They worked on projects together, Emma's crafts and Logan's woodworking often complementing each other. They planned a future. They talked about maybe moving in together after Logan graduated. Then, a few months ago, Emma started feeling off, exceptionally tired, nauseous. Her cycles, usually so regular, were late. At first, she brushed it off as stress, but a nagging feeling in the back of her mind grew louder. One evening, after Logan had gone home, she sat on her bed, staring at a small paper bag from the pharmacy she'd hidden in her craft drawer. Her heart was pounding. This couldn't be. They had been careful. They had plans. She took the test. The longest 3 minutes of her life passed. She couldn't look. When she finally gathered the courage, she peeked. And there it was, clear as day. 2 pink lines. Positive. A million emotions hit her at once. Fear, panic, shock. But then, cutting through it all, a sudden, surprising, and overwhelming wave of joy. A baby, their baby. She immediately called Logan. Her voice was shaking. "Logan, you need to come over. Now. It's important." Hearing the panic in her voice, he was at the house in under 10 minutes. Emma met him in the driveway, the test clutched in her hand. She just held it out to him. Logan looked at it, looked at her, and his eyes went wide. There was a silence that felt like an eternity. Then, a slow smile spread across his face. He wrapped his arms around her, lifted her off the ground, and whispered, "A baby? We're having a baby?" His immediate joy and lack of fear washed all her anxiety away. In that moment, they were not scared kids. They were partners, parents-to-be, united in this new, terrifying, and incredible journey. But now, they had to face their biggest challenge yet, telling her parents. They decided to tell Trent and Amber together that very night. They called them into the living room, saying they had big news. The parents, thinking perhaps Logan was transferring schools or they were moving in together, had no idea what was coming. "Mom, Dad," Emma began, her voice thick with emotion. "We have something to tell you. It's really big news. And it's happening a little faster than we planned." She brought the test out from behind her back and held it up. Amber's hand flew to her mouth. Her eyes darted from the test to Emma's face, to Logan's beaming smile, and back to the test. "Is that? Are you?" she stammered. Emma nodded, tears now streaming down her face. "I'm pregnant. We're having a baby." For a heart-stopping second, no one moved. Then Trent let out a sob laugh and pulled both Emma and Logan into a massive bear hug. "A baby," he roared. "We're gonna have a grandbaby." Amber joined the hug, crying happy tears, showering Emma's face with kisses. "Oh, my baby is having a baby," she cried. Any worry was instantly replaced by sheer, unadulterated excitement. The news spread through the family like wildfire. The siblings were thrilled, especially the sisters, who immediately began planning baby showers. The family's support was unconditional and immediate. The next step in their journey was becoming clear. They were having a baby. It was time to make their commitment to each other official. Logan had known for a while that he wanted to marry Emma. The pregnancy didn't force his hand. It only accelerated his timeline. He wanted her to know, without a doubt, that he was in this for forever. He planned the proposal with military precision, enlisting the help of the entire Johnston family. He told Emma they were going to a nice dinner to celebrate sharing the pregnancy news with the family. What she didn't know was that the entire family was already at the location hiding. He drove her to a beautiful, secluded spot on a lake just as the sun was beginning to set. There was a picnic blanket set up with flowers and lanterns. It looked incredibly romantic. As they walked to the blanket, Logan got down on one knee. Emma started crying before he even said a word. He pulled out a custom-made ring, a simple, elegant diamond set in a band of warm, polished wood that he had made himself from a piece of oak he'd been saving for years. "Emma Ray Johnston," he said, his voice steady and full of love. "You are the most creative, strong, and beautiful person I have ever known. You've given me a future I never dreamed of. You're giving me a family. Will you make me the happiest man alive? Will you marry me?" Emma, sobbing happy tears, could only nod vigorously before finally choking out, "Yes. 1,000 times yes." As he slipped the ring on her finger, the entire Johnston family erupted from behind trees and bushes, cheering, crying, and clapping. They had been there the whole time, capturing the entire thing on video. It was the perfect, personal, and family-oriented proposal Emma could have ever wanted. With a baby on the way, they didn't want to wait. They set a date almost immediately, December 10, 2025. A winter wedding, just before the holidays, to celebrate their new beginning. Planning went into overdrive. Emma, with her incredible creative vision, knew exactly what she wanted. A rustic, cozy, handmade wedding. Decorations would feature her crafts and Logan's woodwork. The colors would be deep winter greens, burgundy, and gold. The family was all hands on deck. Elizabeth and Anna were named co-maids of honor. Jonah, Luke, and Alex would all have roles as groomsmen. Amber and Trent were over the moon, offering their backyard as a potential venue. But they had an even bigger gift in mind. The wedding would be intimate. Close family and friends only. They want the focus to be on their union and their growing family, not on a massive spectacle. And with the baby due in the early new year, it was the perfect timeline. One evening, a few weeks after the engagement, Amber and Trent sat Emma and Logan down. They had a wedding gift for them. They handed them a set of keys. "It's not just a gift," Amber said, her eyes glistening. "It's an investment in your future. In our grandchild's future." Confused, Emma and Logan took the keys. Trent drove them to a new development just a few minutes from the original Johnston house. He stopped in front of a beautiful, newly built, single-story ranch-style home. It was perfectly designed to be accessible and comfortable for little people. The yard was fenced. It was move-in ready. Amber and Trent had been secretly working with a realtor for months, ever since they'd met Logan and seen how serious things were. They used proceeds from the show to make a down payment on the house for them. It was their way of ensuring their daughter, her new husband, and their grandchild would always have a safe, stable, and loving home just down the road. Emma was speechless. She broke down in tears of gratitude, hugging her parents. It was the most generous, thoughtful gift imaginable. Their future was no longer a dream. It had a foundation and a roof. It had a dress. So, where does that leave us today? Emma Johnston, the little girl we all watched grow up, is now a woman, an entrepreneur, a fiancée, a homeowner, and soon to be a mother. Her journey with Logan has been a whirlwind, but it's a story built on a foundation of genuine love, respect, and family. They faced the fear of a secret, the shock of a pregnancy, and came out stronger, with the full support of their incredible family. It's a reminder that life doesn't always go according to plan, but sometimes the unexpected detours lead to the most beautiful destinations. Emma's story is one of courage, love, and the unbreakable bonds of family. And that, everyone, is the incredible full story of Emma Johnston and her fiancé, Logan. What a journey, right? From secret dates to a baby on the way, engagement, and a new house. We are so incredibly happy for Emma and this exciting new chapter in her life. Now we want to hear from you. What did you think of this story? Were you shocked? Are you excited for Emma and Logan? What do you think they should name the baby? And are you counting down the days to the December 2025 wedding like we are? Let us know all your thoughts and reactions in the comments down below. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest developments in this story and all your other favorite TLC families, make sure you hit that like button. More update. 7 Little Johnstons star Emma Johnston recently sparked buzz after fans noticed a creepy detail in one of her photos, leading to questions about her love life. She has since broken her silence on her relationship status. At the same time, Emma shared exciting news. She landed her first job, marking a big step toward independence. I will explain everything. Does 7 Little Johnstons star Emma Johnston have a boyfriend? Fans of the 7 Little Johnstons kept tabs on Emma Johnston over the years to find out if she was in a relationship. She would insist, at times, that she didn't. On other occasions, though, she chose to remain under the radar in order to tease her TLC viewers. Do her admirers really think the rumors about the boy in her life are true? Trent and Amber's adopted kid doesn't have a strong aversion to boys. It appears that she actually enjoys being in their pleasant company. Juice the Finnish kid who remained with the family, and she got along famously. Additionally, she spends time with males during the annual Little People conference that her family attends. Perhaps she would rather finish her degree before committing too much to a relationship. Last year around this time, Emma Johnston and Alex attended their junior prom. Emma looked absolutely lovely, but she couldn't help but make fun of herself because she had gone to prom with her girl cousin. Naturally, Alex accompanied Allie Smith. On the other hand, there were hints that they might have broken up recently. His long-distance relationship was a public display of the TLC star's inability to handle being apart from his partner. Also, nobody snapped a picture of Allie during her senior prom this year. There was speculation among TLC viewers in 2022 that a man named Luca Ranigan may be dating Emma. He appeared to be the only boy who piqued her curiosity. They met at an LPOA conference, and she went on the 7 Little Johnstons show to brag about him. Nevertheless, for some time, the California boy was mostly absent from the news. Luca made another appearance on Emma Johnston's social media in January of this year. This post was made during his birthday celebration, and she shared a warm snapshot of the two of them. Is it feasible that she accompanied Luca to the senior prom now that she and Alex had gone? Well, it appears that Emma may not have been the only one who went to the prom. His resemblance to her brother Alex is striking. Facebook user Johnson Family shared a few images of Alex and his sister from prom night. A few people also commented on how similar Alex and the boy were to Emma. An admirer of the 7 Little Johnstons commented, "Beautiful pictures," in lieu of a caption. "She has a date who resembles her brother. Lol. Initially, I was perplexed. It was a feeling that many other fans could relate to at first. His identity remained a mystery to others. Well done, everyone. Who is Emma's friend and where is Allie? Guess who's hanging around with Emma? Stunningly handsome and beautiful. Wishing you an enjoyable experience. So far, Emma Johnston has remained tight-lipped about who will be her prom night companion. How do you feel about this? 7 Little Johnstons fans spot creepy Emma Johnston detail. Picture. Cast member Emma Johnston of 7 Little Johnstons recently posted a picture to social media that appeared to be harmless. There was one disturbing aspect of the photo, though, that many fans picked up on. But what did the audience think? 7 Little Johnstons viewers have followed Emma Johnston's family's reality television journey for many years. Many viewers can vividly recall Emma's childhood. Watchers who have stuck with the show from the start often develop strong feelings for each member of the family and their struggles. According to Emma Johnston's blog posts, the youngest of the 7 Little Johnstons is now a legal adult and navigating life on her own. Recent scenes on TLC even showed Emma working in a boutique for the summer, which was her first job. Despite the fact that everyone goes through difficult times of transition, Emma appears to be thriving during this one. After Emma Johnston's latest update, fans of 7 Little Johnstons had a lot to speak about. Emma compiled a photo album featuring the whole family and even the TLC crew. 2 photos were attached by Emma. One had a more formal appearance, and the other featured everyone making hilarious faces. Upon first glance, followers of the 7 Little Johnstons noted that Anna Johnston was absent from the photos. Anna is the family's black sheep, according to viewers. Many viewers were understandably perplexed as to her absence for the photo series. The crew concluded filming when Emma Johnston released this sequence of pictures. Seasonal production wraps are usually cause for celebration. Nonetheless, some admirers of 7 Little Johnstons saw something unsettling about the photos. Pictures show Emma Johnston and her family and the TLC team gathered on a stairway. Nothing troubling may appear at first sight. At closer inspection, though, you can make out Emma seated between the open legs of an older crew member, her arms resting on his thighs. A member of the TLC team even snatches some of Emma's hair in the absurd photo. Many viewers find the image unsettling and think it reflects poorly on the network. Someone who watches 7 Little Johnstons commented, "It's weird that Emma is sitting in between that grown man's legs." According to another commenter on TLC, it's just an awkward pose with too many people in a small space. Unfortunately, this photo doesn't do the Tick production team's justice. I've been picking their pockets since the Jacob Roloff stuff came out. Naturally, sharp-eyed admirers of the 7 Little Johnstons could be interpreting this as anything other than an innocent photo. Though it's intriguing that the original Instagram post fan comments are invisible now, it could mean that the post was altered after it was published. Emma breaks silence on relationship status. What happened to the relationship status of Trent and Amber Johnston's children? That is the question on the minds of 7 Little Johnstons fans. Now that they're all grown-ups, it's much more evident. At long last, Emma Johnston spoke up about her relationship status. Now, what was her point? From the time they were little children, Emma and Alex Johnston were watched in TLC scenes by 7 Little Johnstons admirers. As a result of turning 18 and being an adult, Emma is now responsible for a great deal more than she was before. Not to mention everything else that she is juggling. Managing her own handcrafted jewelry business, attending school, filming sequences for TLC, and attempting to maintain a social life is quite a feat for Emma. Recent scenes on TLC revealed that she even began her career at a boutique, which was a first for 7 Little Johnstons fans. With all of Trent and Amber's children grown up, fans are naturally wondering who, if anyone, they are seeing today. Episodes of Season 14 center on the romantic tension involving Liz Johnston and Bryce Bolden, as well as the birth of their daughter Layden. His plot has also heavily featured Alex Johnston's friendship with Ohioan Allie Smith. Emma is a mystery to many Seven Little Johnstons viewers because of all that. One particular question that TLC viewers have is whether Emma has a boyfriend. Everyone who follows Emma Johnston's career is constantly wondering who she might be dating. A lot of people who watch the show online are wondering if Emma has noticed someone in particular. In a recent interview, the daughter of Trent and Amber Johnston cleared the air regarding her romantic situation. "A few things need clarifying," Emma Johnston remarked. "Just because I do not have a boyfriend doesn't mean I have to talk about it here." Additionally, the young man pictured at the prom is simply a close friend of mine. Just one more thing, quit assuming the worst. Alex and Emma's prom photos were recently released on the main Seven Little Johnstons Instagram. People started to wonder if the other guy posing with Emma was her boyfriend because of the presence of another person. For Emma, it's quite evident that he isn't. By the sound of her most recent message, Emma Johnston is also sick of hearing rumors about her relationship status. But at least for the time being, Emma has confirmed to Seven Little Johnstons fans that she is single. Emma Johnston lands first job. Emma Johnston, who plays one of the Little Johnstons, takes a significant step toward maturity in the most recent spoilers. A first job has been officially secured by the youngest daughter of Trent and Amber Johnston. In light of this monumental achievement, what else is known about it? The final two children of Trent and Amber Johnston to reach legal adulthood were Emma and Alex Johnston. July of 2023 was Emma Johnston's 18th birthday. While the Seven Little Johnstons were on their way to Austin, Texas, she celebrated in grand style. Emma Johnston's special day was celebrated with style. The opportunity to see all that Texas has to offer was another perk for the family. In 2023, Emma and Alex Johnston will both turn 18, marking the official transition from kid to adulthood and the readiness to assume more adult-related obligations. This includes all of Trent and Amber Johnston's children. According to teasers for Season 14 of Seven Little Johnstons, Emma Johnston gets her first job, marking a significant milestone on the road to adulthood. Rumor has it that Emma takes a job at a trendy shop in town, according to TLC previews. For the junior in high school, this is her first taste of working life outside of the classroom. This is going to be a fascinating period for her. On Emma's first day of work, the store is bustling with customers. Even though there were a few problems and setbacks, Emma showed her mettle and got things done. She had some trouble at one point dressing a mannequin for show. With some ingenuity, Emma lowered the mannequin to her level, and then she raised it again. Emma Johnston scored a huge victory in the Seven Little Johnston spoilers by making it through her first day on the job. Throughout her career, Emma has been a film crew member for TLC. Additionally, she is the boss of her own online jewelry store. But getting a regular 9-to-5 job is always a big step toward being an adult. Emma Johnston will learn a lot of valuable skills on the job, such as customer service, inventory management, and more, especially since she picked retail as her first platform to gain work experience. Enjoy a respite from the Liz Johnston and Bryce Bolden drama, while enjoying Emma's achievement of a key life milestone. Know more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.